hope you guys are doing so good. I wanted to get on and make a video today because I have been going through a lot of internal shifting. Over these last couple of months, since the beginning of the eclipse season, really, I have been put in this place where the only thing that feels good anymore is tuning into my higher self in every moment and really expressing from this place. And I know that conceptually we always talk about reaching into the highest version of ourselves and really pulling it through and grounding it and expressing from that, acting, living from that space. And if you can't really feel it, acting as if, right? We talk about that all the time. But this energy that we are in right now is an entirely new expression of everything that has changed within you. And some of these expressions are not only just energetic expressions, but also genetic coding expressions. Your bone structure will change. Your facial expressions will change. You know, there's so much that is shifting within us at a very deep level. And I think a lot of times, because we light workers have expectations of how this is going to come into fruition, we tend to overlook the transformation that's really going on. So today I really want to talk to you about how we bring ourselves back. We have spent, most of us have been on this path for quite a while. And only up until these last probably 2 or 3 years have we really begun to see this momentum carrying us forward from these ascension energy waves that have been coming in and impacting Gaia. So in 2018, we really went through an energetic transformation. We had to really dig in, discover, heal, bring ourselves back in, figure out what that inner essence is, what it's telling us, what it wants you to focus on, what it wants you to look at, and what it wants you to kind of recalibrate as well. And so we spent 2018 learning how to heal and really learning what it means to step into this new version of ourselves. And now, as we moved into 2019, we are in a full-blown manifestational place. There is that continued internal work and dialogue and adjustment. But at the same time, we see our new expression manifesting. What's really cool about the energy that we've been receiving, even though I know it has been crazy intense, it's that the doors have been opened for us to step into our power now. The doors have been opened, really truly opened, for the lightworking community to begin to step into their mission, their purpose. Like, what are you able to express in this moment from everything that you've learned? The one thing that keeps coming up over and over and over in my sessions repeatedly, coming both from channel that I'm tapping into for other people, and as well as when people go into their BQH session and channel their higher self for themselves, it just keeps coming up over and over and over again that we have to begin to move forward with what we have. It's time to look at where you're at and understand that that's enough for right now. We can't keep continuing to live this light worker mission in the future. When my channel clarifies, when I know I'm getting clear guidance, the higher self is asking us, Source is asking us to trust. Trust what you've learned. Trust what you've transformed. Trust what you've moved through. Because what we're seeing right now is we're seeing the collective wake up. And imagine, okay, just sit back and imagine wherever you started, wherever you started in your awakening. Imagine waking up today in the middle of all of this chaos, this political upheaval, this divide within the collective, where you have people that are naturally in their heart and you have people that are very trained in their ego. Imagine what that must be like to begin to question your reality, to begin to question everything that you've ever thought to be true. Our brothers and sisters are in a space right now where they need guidance. And they don't necessarily need our words. We're moving into that fifth dimensional expression. You're not going to sit down and fill somebody's ear in the fifth dimension with all of the verbal concepts that you've begun to filter through your mind and really understand so that they can hear you. What you're going to do is you're going to be and express from your authentic self. You're going to start to talk about things that maybe in their reality they don't quite get exposed to as much. And what we do in those moments is we open up this new perception. We give them that glimmer of hope, like, okay, this is different. Something's going on, but look at this person. They feel good. I don't feel good. I want to feel good, right? So they're going to ask then at that point for a lot of guidance, and you will be able to articulate at that point in ways for them that will arouse their soul and really contribute to their awakening. It's not about words. It's never been about words. It's about vibration. And yes, in those earlier stages, it's really easy to gauge and interpret vibration through our thoughts and through our emotions and through the way we express our ideas and experiences. But that's not what they're going to hear. They need to feel you. They might not have a conscious understanding of the energy that we're in right now, but that doesn't mean that their body and senses aren't reacting to the vibrational output that you're giving them. So, with all of that, where are you? Where are you at and what you're showing up with? It's really easy for us to look at the reality around us and say, but I'm not like that person. I don't do what they do. I'm not there yet because I don't do what she does or he does. And that is the biggest disservice to your ascension path that you have. By utilizing that thought and creating the vibration within that you don't have what it takes right now, because you do. There is a reason the people around you are around you. They need your light. They need your understanding. They need to kind of see the world through this fresh, new perspective. And so the message that has been coming through very, very strongly, even though we are in all of this energy, this reorganization, this reconfiguration of Gaia and human expression in life, we can still be the best version of ourselves right now and give everybody that shows up in your reality exactly what they need by just being who you are, being the authentic version of who you are. It's a really beautiful thing. You know, I don't want to hear anymore that what you do isn't enough, because that's not true. Who you are, what you have to offer is everything. You guys, it's everything. The other thing that I did want to talk about today was manifestation. And the reason that we're talking about manifestation today is because that too is coming up over and over and over in sessions. There's this idea that we are pulling frequencies down into the third dimension, that we are reaching up into the higher dimensions, connecting to the things that we're wanting to manifest, have, be, see, and then pulling them down into the third dimension so that they can manifest. And that's a very third dimensional concept of manifestation. And for years and years and years and years and years, that really worked. But if you're now existing in a fifth dimensional consciousness, if you are now existing in a space of being open and not judgmental and just being in this space of existing in love, existing in your authenticity, then the way we manifest now from this space is going to be constantly reaching up so much until that vibration within you becomes all that is. And you become the vibrational projection of that thing you're tuning into. We are no longer bringing these higher dimensions into the third dimensional reality because fifth dimensional Gaia is open and available to us now. We have more access to these energies than we've ever had before. This eclipse season that we have just gone through in July, it dismantled what was holding us back from reaching into these higher dimensional places more consistently as a collective. People's practices would take them there, but then they would be looking around in the third dimension going, but where's my stuff? Where's my fifth dimensional existence? Where's my abundance? Where's my lover? And that's not how the manifestation works anymore. So I sat in meditation and I talked to Source about that this morning. And what really came through strongly is go into your third eye more frequently and practice playing in the energy that you want to be playing in. Play in it so much that it feels so real within you. And allow that energy to come out as a projection from the heart chakra, which is your fifth dimensional portal. It's your portal to all of the higher dimensions. When you can project what you see in your third eye through your heart, you don't manifest things into the third dimension. You manifest things into yourself, into your own energetic field. This is how we work with the toroidal field and create momentum within our attraction. Bringing this idea in to go into the third eye and go up into the higher dimensions and create and play. Staying in that space as much as you can. I've been practicing this, and the other day when I was driving the car home from the grocery store, in my third eye, I just saw this tunnel. And I immediately knew that because of the visualization I practice in the morning in my meditation, that I was having an experience of being in a third dimension with my physical vessel. Yet my consciousness was in these higher realms, living out a completely different reality. And I could see them side by side in this parallel expression. Now, what Source was saying to me this morning is that if I stayed in that third eye place and I stay in that momentum of creation, it's not that we will bring that down here into this reality. It's that we will break free from the matrix hologram and come up into these higher dimensional realms. And from that space, we begin to create a new reality, a new existence. We have so much control right now, but we have all these belief systems that we're just these small humans trapped by powers outside of us. There has to come a point within the evolution of who we're becoming where we are willing to play in the energy that we've been learning, to consistently play in the energy that we are learning. I had a comment on one of our Facebook posts the other day, and somebody came in and was explaining their limitations and fighting for them, talking about how they can't quit their job, they can't go to the beach every day and be happy, and they're fighting for that, and they don't even realize it. They're recreating that over and over and over. That stuckness, that not having opportunities come to them so that they can find a more clear path to what they're wanting. And so if we were to explain to that person what Source has been explaining to me, all she would have to do is visualize every single day when she goes to work, being in the space of being the creator that she wants to be, and it would fall in her lap. It will fall in all of our laps. There's a lot of beauty in the third eye, and there's a lot of misunderstanding of the third eye. I encourage you all to sit in meditation with your third eye. Feel it. Many times we feel like if we do a third eye activation or we do a third eye meditation, that it somehow has to make us come into these visions, or that it's going to enhance the clairs. And while yes, that is the purpose, having that expectation kind of holds us back, because even in that we limit what can come through. So go into the third eye and feel that energy. Feel what's kind of brewing there. Just spend time there. A really good exercise that I do is I focus on the pineal gland, and I say in my meditation, I will chant, I am, as I focus that energy coming directly out of my third eye. This has not only opened up a lot of my fifth dimensional and higher dimensional vision, but it's also created a lot of space within things that I didn't even know were available to me, more than just my channel or my own energetic delivery. There's a lot to letting go of the expectation and just connecting to the energy. And I think that there's an understanding to a certain extent that if you play within these energies and nothing happens, that it's not working. And I just want to say that if you tune into energy, not things, energy. If you tune into the energy, if you feel the energy of your body, feel the energy of your heart, feel the energy of your third eye, feel the energy of the room that you're sitting in, and just begin to place your awareness on sensitizing yourself to maybe some of the things that are not being picked up on quite yet. There is major transformation. Major transformation. As humans, we like to feel like we have to control it all. But in letting go of control, you actually allow yourself to move into your existence, which is the totality of who you are, which has access to everything, which has access to the blueprint of your body. So you can begin to download new energetic expression, new healing modalities, new free energy, new ways of connecting to Gaia, the galactics, your ancestry, any being, ultimately. We're in a really cool place right now. And what I want to remind myself and remind all of you is that if we keep coming back in and allowing ourselves to be new, and allowing ourselves to be open to the possibility that's really showing up right now, recognizing that we're not manifesting a new earth, we're manifesting ourselves. We are the new earth. And that as we continue to go through and strengthen these vibrations by focusing on them, we will cross the threshold. We will cross that threshold where we will see major reality shifts for the entire collective. I'm really excited to share this energy. I'm really excited to share myself. Things have been really magical. Really magical. I shifted a lot too, you know. I know a lot of people are talking about the densities of going through July and the beginning of August, and I experienced that too. I had to go internal a lot and remind myself over and over, okay, Crystal, who are you? What do you believe about this? What do you know to be true? Are you judging what's happening? Are you letting it come and go as it pleases? There's something really special and magical about owning who you are and standing in a place of free flowing with the energies that are coming and going and not attaching ourselves to them. You know, even if, you know, like during these last 8 weeks or so, we've been going through a lot of egoic death, ego projection, because people are going through this ego death. And so you find, you know, at times people kind of lashing out their emotions at you. And if you can pause in that moment and remind yourself of what your truth is, you can decipher whether or not this is an egoic projection, any sort of projection really, or if this is something that still needs to be healed within. When you are being projected at and you know it, you won't feel it inside. It won't bother you as much, right? It's like, what? It's a complete mismatch from where you are. And if you know yourself, if you know your essence, it's easier to tell that. But when you can stand in a projection or an energy that's coming at you like that and really own your own space and decide what's true for you, you no longer take that energy on. And then the person who is projecting, it's kind of like a sounding board. It just comes right back. And then they have to look at that because you no longer take that in. You no longer take that on. When you get upset over somebody projecting at you and you allow it to trigger your heart, you take that energy. You accept it as yours. You allow it in. It lowers your frequency. And then you have to heal something that was never yours to begin with. So practicing really being in that pause that we've been talking about, especially during these high energy times with this collective waking up, not really knowing what's going on, processing all of their ancestry, processing all of their trauma, and still having those belief systems and thought forms that want to place blame, that want to be resentful at times. When you can pause and say, well, what is my truth? You can allow yourself to no longer take that energy on. And I did create a post about that, just talking about how we wouldn't have to heal so much if we were more protective of the energy that we kind of let come in and interact with us. So, remind yourself of your truth daily. We have gone through many phases of this awakening, and it's at the point now where our stability is what needs to be practiced, because we are the foundation of the collective. We are the foundation of this new higher dimensional human, this ascended being. And so when you are able to practice your stability, you send off vibrations of stability into the collective. When we're able to practice really knowing who we are, connecting to our heart, our higher self, the universe, all that is. We bring back this level of grounded energy that allows for the collective to really shift, So, I hope you all are doing well. We're here. We're here. You know, phase 1 was internal energy. Phase 2 was the manifestational energy, this more external manifestation where we can see the fruits of our alignment, of our shifting. And then we went through a phase of preparation where we began to get prepared for what's here. And we are now in this energy of it's time. It's time to step into who you are. Our brothers and sisters need us. They need our light. They need our love. They need our understanding. They need our compassion. But they only need it if they're ready. If people are not coming to you and asking you questions, asking you for advice, asking you for this or that, then you stay internal and you do what it takes to take care of yourself. Okay? Because they will come asking. But only when they ask are they ready. Only when they ask are they really ready to hear. So, I love you all so very much. I hope you are hydrated. I hope you're moving your body. I hope you are as dedicated to your connection as your source and higher self is calling you to be. The time is now. So, y'all have a great weekend, okay? Stay in your heart. Remember who you are. Remember why you're here. I love you all so much.